best friend in the winter and our worst enemy in the summer.
I'm Arlene DiStefano, and this is,
I'm Randy Sylvia.
and we're Kenworthy Designs. And we're a mother-daughter team. And we've been sewing together and designing for like the last 5 years, right?
As a job.
As a job, yeah.
But we've been designing together for the past, 27 years?
Yes.
So we just got back from 2 weeks in Mexico, where we bought tons and tons of fabric, or what feels like tons and tons of fabric. Now that it's here in the studio, it seems like a lot less.
One of our main things when we decided to do this work is we both love to travel, so we thought let's incorporate that and travel for our fabrics to make our line a little bit different. And so we have been doing that. We did Vietnam, we did Turkey, and this year we did Mexico, Oaxaca, which is a sweet little place. Go ahead. No,
So yeah, this year we kind of did 2 collections. We decided that we wanted to do something for flea markets, so like a little bit lower of a price point, and that's kind of what we went to Mexico for. And then we wanted to do a higher end line that we could sell to stores and put in galleries and do at private shows. So we brought everything back from Mexico and we did 10 samples of things that we thought we liked. We tweaked them, and now we're kind of in the production phase of doing the flea market line. So this is part of it. So that's a fabric from Mexico. And then we have lots of trim pieces that we're using from Mexico. This one, we've got the black fabric in Mexico, but then we found this piece of lace that this little old lady was crocheting.
She was like in her 80s.
Like
it was so adorable.
So we had to buy as many of those as we could find, and made it into almost like a flapper style dress. Another fabric we found in Mexico, and then inlaid some lace that we, bought off another little old lady. It's amazing that the little old ladies are the ones that do all the work.
I don't know if they're as old as we think, or just because they work so hard they look that old.
This is a skirt, and then these came from Mexico, so they're kind of the tie around the back, so just like a little added flair.
And that's a silk fabric from Turkey that we picked up on the trip before.
This is just very lightweight cotton linen vest kind of thing that we also got the fabric in Mexico. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And then we're trying to do for the gallery, we want to do, an even different thing and just do kind of custom pieces, one of a kind. Last year, we're kind of basing it off. Last year we did a show with the Martha's Vineyard Museum where we got to go into their archives and pull a piece that spoke to us. And the piece that we actually pulled it's a 1800s lawn dress, it's called, and it's kind of what people used to lounge in back in the day. I'm sure wealthy people. And it's just a cotton dress with lots of lace inserts and beautiful details, and it looks like it's all made by hand. And we looked at the dress, and I had just found a dress almost identical to it at a flea market or at a vintage market in Vermont, and she had a dress almost identical to that one when she was growing up. So
yeah,
we
when
both
I was
looked
in
at
my
this
20s,
dress,
and
we
said this is the dress.
So that's our first piece that we want to put in the gallery.
So theirs was a very straight kind of dress, and we wanted to put our spin to it. So we put the different layers, and some is new fabric, and some are very old. And I'm been collecting fabric all my life, and especially antique-looking fabric. So some is just from tablecloths or different pieces of lace I picked up along the way. And so that's the first piece. And then we copied it a couple of times last year that look a bit different.
And we kind of want to do something like that, something that speaks to us that we can kind of collaborate on. And just all out of one-of-a-kind fabrics and make different things. Kind of get to show our creative side instead of doing all the production stuff that we do on a day-to-day basis. So when we started, we kind of decided that we didn't want to do more than 10 pieces. Any more than that, first of all, we got so sick of making the thing, and second of all, we didn't, I mean, this is such a small place, it's hard to, you know, show up somewhere and somebody's wearing the same Kenworthy piece. It's, you know, it loses its charm a little bit. So I think that was kind of where we got the 10. And you want to feel special in what you spend money on. You don't want to, you know that there's 150 other people around you that have the same thing in their wardrobe. So we hope that people buy these things because they feel a connection and feel special in it, and they know that, you know, it's kind of a unique and one-of-a-kind piece. And that's where traveling comes in. I mean, we can't buy more than 20 meters, 30 meters, 40 meters, because we're not buying from huge manufacturers that make tons and tons of fabric. We're buying from smaller places that make special, different fabric. So that's where we kind of realized that 10 to 12 pieces is the most that we're going to be able to get. And it's kind of exciting. When we're done with it, we're done with it. It's nice.
Kind of limited because we're just buying them in different parts of the world, and usually we can't get that repeated again. But that's always okay. Once I'm done 10 or she's done 10 of something, we're done with it. And we also don't want to dress everybody alike anyway. I mean, that's part of our whole feeling, is not to be another, I don't know, TJ Maxx or Walmart's or whoever, you know. We want people to have their own individual look. So we don't want the same thing out there, you know, forever.